How's it going, everyone? Data here, and welcome back to our Big Bad Bruins franchise mode series on NHL 26. Tonight, moving into year number 4 for the 2028-29 season here in Boston. After another offseason of getting, yet again, bigger and badder, we'll try to not run back the same season, because we always want to improve, but we had a strong regular season last year. We lost in the postseason in round 2. We want to get back to that point where we're saying, yes, we're consistently in the playoffs. Year 1, we made it. Year 2, we missed. Year 3, we made it. Let's have consistency in year 4 and make it to the postseason in back-to-back years. So let's have a repeat of last year. Let's have even improvement on last year. But let's absolutely continue to get bigger and badder. As we get into this episode, if you're joining after we've already gone live, you can hop ahead to the 3-minute mark. Until then, we'll start welcoming everybody in on this Olympic Friday evening. 2 big semifinal games today as Canada and US. Channel member on the bridge, yes, Intelligent Dice reporting in. Hobbsy, here we go, Bruins, yes sir. Speaking of the bridge, that new Star Trek Voyager, Yorkie, welcome. The new Star Trek Voyager game just came out. What's it called? Star Trek Voyager... So the Beyond, Across the Unknown. Gen Z McKenzie, SB, welcome to the stream. Yes, so a new Star Trek game coming out, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into it. I don't know if I'll do anything for it on the channel, but definitely at least myself. I can't wait to get into that. Let me pull up the lines for you to look at as we continue to set up things on my end. There we go. Year number 4. So in the off-season, we tried to... Channel member exclusive? Maybe that's an idea. That's actually an idea, yeah. I don't know if I want to share with the whole world what I would do with Tuvix, though. All right, and that's shared, good to go. So we had... what? 1, 2, 3... 4, yeah, 4 or 5 changes to this team. So first line, I don't get into too much until we hit the 3-minute mark, but you can already see on your screen right here, Steven Stamkos joining the team, Lawson Krause, Mathieu Olivier, exactly what we want in that big bad mantra. Defensively, Martin Fervery joins the team at 6'2", 88 overall. Rookie Craig Aginla, I keep saying, I want to say Caden. Craig Aginla joining us in the NHL now. Goaltending, Akira Schmid continues with Gavin Osgood. Yes, scratches, but we'll get into the rest in just a moment before we'll go live. Well, I'll go live. We'll really get started in about 30 seconds. Apologies, a tad congested tonight. Not sure what it was. I was home all day, and I think just, I don't know, the air exchanger or something. I'm feeling a little congested here. I feel perfectly fine, but for some reason, just one of my nostrils was giving me a little trouble. So if I'm a little congested, I apologize for that. But we'll make it through the course of the season, which started off with a 3-2 victory in the first game at the end of last episode. Yes. Contract situation. How are we looking here? All expiring. Steven Stamkos, of course, he signed him to his 1-year deal. Let me pull up as well the comments from the last one. We'll go through Cheating Heel's thoughts. Welcome to all 10 of you watching for episode number 9 of our Big Bad Bruins franchise mode series. Year number 4, 2028-29, ready to go. Let's dive into the comments from the last one, because I know that Cheating Heel left some thoughts after the offseason that was. We got bigger, we got badder. Now, how can that translate to performance on the ice? Hopefully we got a little bit faster. That was our main problem last season. We had the size, but not the speed. So let's see. Joseph said, insane draft, so many moves, hard to keep up. The Wood train continues. Hopefully he becomes a coach or scout soon. Good luck this season. Thank you, Joseph. Cheating Heel said, I didn't have a chance to reply to this one, but Cheating Heel said, what an off season. The one thing I'd keep an eye on, either at the deadline or next draft, is a potential first-line center. I could mend the gap for 2 or 3 years before someone like Preston is ready to take over. Preston we have in our system, 75 overall. He'll be there in the near future. Stamkos will walk next year. Preston probably takes, he's probably still about a year away from taking the third-line center role from Lindholm at that time, and then could potentially be a top 6 guy the year after that. So, that being said, if a 28 to 30-year-old centerman becomes available, good centerman becomes available over the season, we should probably jump on the occasion to ensure our bases are covered. Other than that, I think we're solid. We do not have a lot of star power aside from Pastrnak, but the depth and amount of players able to give us 20 to 30 goals is quite good. Oh, and I'm starting a Kyle Wood for captain fan club if anyone wants to join. I'm sure some people would want to join on that train. Thank you, Cheating Heel. So yes, first line to begin our 4th season. Protas, Lindholm, and Pastrnak. 6'6", Alexei Protas had a tough year last year compared to what he did when he first got to Boston. 58 points, want a bit more from him. Good start to the year. with 2 points in the season opener. Elias Lindholm at 33 years of age. He's an 85 overall. And of course, David Pastrnak, who scored 48 goals last year and 85 points. We want even a little bit more from him points-wise. Second line, Pavel Zacha at an 88. Eric Vikingstad at an 86 right now. Yes, very good. One of the 32 created players in this franchise mode series. And the newest acquisition, or one of the new acquisitions, Dmitry Voronkov from the Columbus Blue Jackets. 5 by 6.35 is the contract that we gave him after he scored 30 goals last year in Columbus. He's gone down in the point production, but we're going to cross our fingers that he can be a 60-plus point guy. I need to blow my nose here, my goodness. All right, Lawson Krause, 6'4" on that third line. We made a big trade from the Blue Jackets, getting the rights to Voronkov. We got Lawson Krause. Separate trade to get Mathieu Olivier. He was a 24-goal guy last season, so 6'4" power forward Lawson Krause on the third line. Centered by Steven Stamkos, 38 years of age. SB says, sorry for the question, but for the sim, how long are the periods in your settings? I do 20 minutes because I hop in once in a while. But for simulation, if you're never going in, it doesn't really matter. Give me a quick second here. I just got to blow my nose. My goodness. All right. Whoa! Let me get some water here. Oi. My ear popped and my voice went off. All right, I'm out of commission here. Anyways, Stamkos, Krause, and Mathieu Olivier on this third line. Olivier was 6'1", a grinder, 5-star physical, and still the 87 shot blocking. He's a great piece for that third line, who, when given a full season, maybe could be a 30-point guy. He hasn't gotten those opportunities, so we're hopefully going to give him that here in Boston. And on the fourth line, Justin Brazeau, 84 overall Brazeau. Now that he got up to the 5-star physical over the course of that preseason focus, very good. Fraser Minton and Keegan Colasar on that fourth line. This congestion, my goodness, this congestion's getting worse. I think it's a bit better. Whew. No, I don't have the flu, for sure. I feel fantastic. Hopefully I don't have the flu that's going around. It starts with the cold symptoms, then makes you feel like you have food poisoning for a day or two. I don't think I do. Starting last night, I don't know what it was. I've just been home since then. I don't know what. It's something with this couch. The previous homeowner had dogs or something. I don't know what. I've been spending too much time on this couch and the air exchanger was off. Something of that. But no, I feel great. It's just random congestion. I think it might have to do with that dog hair, actually. Anyways, defense. Fervery and McAvoy in the top pair. Fervery in the deal that came with Mathieu Olivier. Those were the two guys we acquired from Washington. He was on the block from the Capitals, so we acquired him. 5 more years at $6 million for the 88 overall defenseman playing top pair. Lindholm and Mombert will play second pair, and Kesselring will play with Craig Iginla, our 5th overall pick back in 2026. He spent 1 more year in the USA at 60. Actually, no. Yes, 2 more years in the USA, 57 points, then 66 points, and now he'll make his NHL debut this season, rookie season. Goaltending, Gavin Osgood, 85 at 21, backed up by Akira Schmid. Kyle Wood, of course, the mascot, Louis Crevier as 7th D, and Brendan Brisson as your 13th forward. Now, we didn't quite configure the power play. No, we did not. So I'm open to taking some suggestions here as I go through this. No, not Voronkov. I want to have probably maybe even Stamkos here. Could it be? Stamkos center first power play? 77 faceoffs. No, we'll make him the finisher. Lindholm, Pastrnak, Protas, Mombert, and McAvoy? That's just our first line. It's nothing that special. Maybe Protas second unit. No, he needs that production. So you know what? I think we'll go Pavel Zacha, 88 overall. 77 faceoffs. That's not bad. Let's try this with the first unit. And second unit, we're going to try... Vikingstad has 87 faceoffs, actually. So you know what? What if we do Vikingstad instead? Vikingstad here. Lindholm can go there. Stamkos here. Voronkov here. Then Pavel Zacha up here. Almost got traded this offseason, but he survives. Where are you? There you are. Pavel Zacha, and then on the point here, Kesselring. I know he has the 5-star shooting, but I think Craig again can get some ice time here, maybe. Okay, and it'll look like that. 89 passing, 85 passing. Let's try making a Galen the distributor, just for kicks. Vronkov or Stamkos as the finisher. Stamkos, still 5-star shooting, 90-87 on the accuracies, 80-89. Okay, let's keep it Stamkos. Stamkos, puck carrier, Lindholm. First unit power play. Mombert? No, McAvoy, Pasternak, Vikingstad. Because Mombert, 84 overall, but the 78 passing with the 92 hand-eye and all that. Yeah. Okay, that's that. Format and everything can be how they want, but I just don't want Protest being a centerman because he's not a centerman. And then Pasternak can go here. McAvoy can go here. Zaka Stamkos. Kesselring, fine. With his shooting, sure. Then for the penalty kill, Lindholm Minton. Okay, for the defense, but no. Mathieu Levy can go here on defense. Vikingstad and Kolasar. Okay. Then Stamkos Minton. Let's just start like that. Let the computer do what it thinks, and then we'll make adjustments as we go. Let the game do what it wants for 3-man. It's always a joke anyways. This will be 4-on-4. We're going to go Vikingstad, Pasternak. Then Lindholm, Vronkov. And then Stamkos, not Kraus. Stamkos, Protas. There you go. Actually, I'll swap Vronkov and Protas. Okay. 3-on-3 for overtime. We'll have... we'll do Lindholm, Pasternak, McAvoy in overtime. Lindholm, Pasternak, McAvoy. Then we'll do... No, you know what? Fervery could be out there. Fervery can play some special... I know he's a defensive defenseman, but we need someone who is able to do the defensive side of things as well. Fervery with Vronkov and Vikingstad. That's too slow, actually. Zaka, 85... Only 85 skating. So Vikingstad, she's even slower. Lindholm, man, everyone's slow. 3-star skating. All right, forget it. Just let the sim be the sim. Vikingstad, Vronkov, Fervery on 3-on-3 2, and then 3-on-3 3. Is this where Protest comes? I already lost track. Let me see here. Vronkov, yes. Protest can go there with Stamkos and Mombert. Okay, fine. That's good. Schmid. Extra attacker, good. Shootout now. 95-96, 85-89, 90-87, 90-88, 85-90. No, Kesselring out. Let's put Vronkov there. And that'll be the show line. All right. Whew, let's get this season started. So there's the goaltending, blah, blah, blah. Now in the AHL, just best lines at there. Do we have to sign anyone? I forget. But Lakovic, Preston, and... No, not Rosein. We're going to put Suvanto for the ice time. Adam Novotny with 73 faceoffs. Okay, we'll try him at center. Surdeef has 74 faceoffs. Maybe he should go wing. Novotny goes here. Alex Texier, of course, goes here. Rosein will go here. Okay. Barkov, Steves, Texier, no one who really has any potential. Top 9, low top 6, medium top 6. Okay, Ariel Hurd can go here. Actually, Melansson's not bad. Melanson should be up here. And then 66, 71, 70. He'll go center. Bartikov, no, gives a -1. Okay. Then defensively, Brunet and Wayner. Merkulov. No one really has any potential. Merkulov's a forward. What are you doing, Merkulov? So we need to sign a defenseman. Of course, Hunter Jones. Sebastian Kosa could be our third goalie. Still a question mark for what we do with him. He's a backup goalie. We should probably have him in the NHL. But then Kyle Wood has to get sent down. That's the problem there. So there are your NHL lines. All right, and as we get started, if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is the deadline to join our giveaway, to enter the giveaway for a free Olympic jersey. Link right there in the chat if you haven't already joined. It takes 2 seconds. Go join the contest. Enter the contest to have a chance to win an Olympic jersey being given away here on the channel tomorrow. All right, advance a couple days here. Robert Bortuzzo on waivers. Actually, we need a defenseman. Robert Bortuzzo, welcome to Boston. If we can put you through waivers. There you go. So then down in the AHL, Bortuzzo can play here. And it fits, yeah, he's 6'4", perfect. Can we join again? Sadly not, but you get your second entry if you react to the message in the Discord server. Steve's out, Merkulov in there maybe. 60 face-offs. -1, -1, okay. Could Texier play center though? 61, 60, 62, no, forget it. Whatever. Okay, we are ready. We are ready. Advancing one more day. So we started the season with a win. Marshall Warren on waivers. Who's this? 77 overall? No, we'll pass. Hurd is medium top 9 potential, I think. Did we send out this? Did I put the scouts in the right location at least? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, so here we go for the first game of the episode and the second game of the season. We already beat the Red Wings 3-2 last game. Now we're going on the road to Little Caesars to play them again for the second game of the season. Let's do it. First period, 2-2 after 20. Namala and Betcher score the first 2 goals there on Gavin Osgood. But then Lindholm shorthanded, and Voronkov scores his first goal as a Bruin to tie this game at 2. Second period, 4-2 Bruins. Stamkos gets his first as a Bruin, and Hampus Lindholm. From down 2-0, we're now up 4-2 as Stamkos and Voronkov score their first goals as Boston Bruins. As big, bad Bruins. Power play Detroit killed off. Red Wings leading 28-29 now. 31-23 the shots for Detroit. Killing off both those power play opportunities for the Red Wings. 5 minutes to go. And we'll come away with the victory here. Big win. Stamkos adds another one on Gibson. That's his second of the night. Great way to open up his career as a Bruin to end off his time as a Bruin, to end his career, I should say. 2 goals from Stamkos, 32 saves from Gavin Osgood, and Mathieu Olivier registers 2 assists. Gotta blow my nose again here, my goodness. Check out the stats here. Sorting by points, yes. My goodness. All right. So 2 points from Stamkos, 2 points from Minton. Awesome. Any negatives in this game? Yeah, a few. -1 from Protast, Iginla, Kesselring, and Pasternak, really. 5-2 victory there to go 2-0 to start the season. That's what we like to see. Let's get at the calendar now. Who eliminated us last year? Let's go see Washington, actually. Some of the, with the trades we just made. Jake Allen on waivers. That's tempting, but we don't need another goalie. Not every day we've seen 81 overall on waivers. All right. 4-3 loss there against St. Louis. Then hosting the Ducks for a 3-1 win. No problem there. 3-1. Let's go ahead and host the Washington Capitals for Hervey and Olivier playing against their old teams here. First period, 1-1, Vikings down on the power play. Tom Wilson, who we would have wanted to get, but he's getting too old for that contract now. Second period, 2-1 Bruins. Steven Stamkos on the power play. Shots 24-17 through 40. Power play Bruins. And it's David Pasternak with a power play goal. Here's another chance for us now. One more power play. Extended chance as well. But Connor McMichael scores as it expires. 1 goal game. Shots 35-20. But we only lead by 1 here with 5 minutes to go. Oh, Connor McMichael scores his second, and it's a 3-3 game. The Capitals score 2 in the final 10 minutes there, forcing 3-on-3 overtime with the game tied at 3. Shots are 39-25. Will we see a shootout? Yes, we will. And the Capitals win. Protest against his old team as well. I didn't even realize that. We choke it and lose 4-3, outshooting 41-26. Wonderful. All right. 4-3 shootout loss. Now bring our record to what? 3-1-1? Yes. Okay, let's get some simulation done now. We'll go to the team of destiny, the reigning Stanley Cup champion Buffalo Sabres, who eliminated us last year. Olivier had a 6th for a second. No. Interesting offers, though. Colasar, no. Colasar for a fourth, basically. 3-2 overtime win there against the Devils. Very good. Hold on. What I need is one of those nasal sprays. Here, hold on. Let me see if Desura can bring me. Give me a second here. Can't go like this all night. All right, so Merkulov comes into the lineup. There you go. Back out towards the game against the Sabres. So 3-2 overtime win. 5-2 win there against the Blues. On the road against the Wild XL Energy Center. 3-2 win against Minnesota. Then here we go against Utah. Ooh, a big 8-2 loss. That came out of nowhere. And then a 4-3 win. All right, 7-2-1 is our record against the 6-4-0 Buffalo Sabres. Auto goalie rotate is turned off, correct? Let me just double check that. Auto rotate goalies, yes, that's turned on. All right, here we go against the Sabres now. The team that eliminated us and went on to win the Stanley Cup. The team of destiny, the 17th seed that beat the best team, the second best team, the fourth best team, something like that. They went all the way to win the Stanley Cup. First period, 1-0 Sabres. Juraj Kulich starting it off. Second period, Rasmus Dahlin on the power play. Now third period, down 2-0. And there's a third Braden Shen shorthanded goal. All right, of course. Down 3-0. The Sabres just have our number, I suppose. You can watch the end of the game here as I get some quick little shot of nasal spray. Whew. All right, so we get shut out 4-0. Shots end 35-33 for the Sabres, and we get smacked down in a 4-0 loss. With the Jays playing baseball tomorrow, can we get slow sim against Ernie in the Isles? Absolutely. That's exactly what we'll do for Hobbs' created player, Ernie Clement. I don't see the Isles coming up just yet, so we'll just keep on simulating. Let's go see the Blue Jackets. Yes, Voronkov and Olivier's old team. Here we go. 7-3-1 through our first 11 games. Good year for rookies. Okay, I hope so. On the road against Florida, 5-4 overtime win. Hosting the Canucks, 7-2 loss. My goodness. Senators, not Senators, Senators. Or is that just Sean playing a little play on words? Evening, everyone from the UK. Were you up late watching hockey? Wow. Oh, there's the Islanders. There you go. Good evening, and thank you for joining all the way over the pond in the UK. Where are you joining us from? All right, here we go for this game against the Blue Jackets. First period, 1-1. Protest on the power play. Trevor Moore, Data 782 channel legend, I think we could say. Trevor Moore, not quite a Hall of Fame nominee. I don't think he is. Second period, 2-1. Vikingstad gives us the lead. Shots 19-18 for the Bruins now. We lead by 1 in the third period. Let me get another shot of this to really give me the boost I need. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling good. There we go. 2-1 Bruins in the final 5 minutes now. Hanging on to this 1-goal lead from the second period. Will that be enough with a minute to go? Somehow it is. Shots end tied at 31, but we just make one more save than Jet Greaves, Gavin Osgood does. Vikingstad, is that the game-winning goal that he had? Awesome. 2-1 Bruins for another victory there. Yes, we'll go see the Islanders on the 5th. Good catch. I was just looking at the games in November. 9-4-1 as we continue on, hosting the LA Kings. 5-4 overtime win. This is the Bruins team we want to be seeing. Let's go now, yes. 3-1 loss at Wells Fargo against the Flyers. 4-1 win against the Jets. Hosting the Capitals now. 8-4 win against them. Okay. On the road against the Predators. 5-2 win. 4-1 loss against the Ducks. Western Conference swing now as we face Nashville, Anaheim, Vegas, Vancouver. 6-5 loss against the Golden Knights. 5-1 win against the Canucks. And now we host the Oilers. 3-1 win. Hey, Data, I'm 99% sure that I commented for the jersey giveaway, but sometimes randomly my comments just disappear. Is it too late to comment again? No, you can go. It only counts as one. So if you want to comment a bunch of times, go for it. Yep, it only counts as one in the end. Not too late. Till midnight EST. Let's see. Glad to be catching up. Usually catching during the day. Yes, I'm in Portsmouth along the south coast. Wow, all right. If I look, hold on, let me see a map here. Portsmouth map. I see. Right near the English Channel, yes. Okay, puts it in perspective. Thank you for sharing. What a day of Olympic hockey, yes. So what time would the game be for you then? Tomorrow's at Sunday 8 a.m. That means it's going to be at 2 p.m. for you. Got it. We're 15-7-1. Glad you could join live. Yes, I know it is, 2 in the morning for you right now? I'm really glad you could join live if you're usually catching up after the fact. And really awesome to hear from viewers all over the planet. So let's get into this now against Ernie Clement and the Islanders. First period, 2-0 Bruins. Protas and Pasternak, yes. Second period, 2-2 though. Cal Ritchie and Michael Bunting. Shots are 24-18, but it comes down to this third and final period. Big fan. Wow, thank you very much. That means more than you know. It really does. Thank you so kindly for saying so. David Pasternak, power play goal. Let's do it for Senators. Let's go. Is it a play on words? Am I right with the Sean and the Senators? Are you a Senators fan? Sorry if I'm prying too much. Power play Islanders. That's killed off. 5 minutes to go. Up by 1. Will it be enough? Yes, as Mathieu Olivier will add the insurance, and the Bruins win 4-2. It's 1 a.m. here at the moment. Okay, it's 1 a.m. because it's 8, so plus 4. So it's 5. Is it 5 hours for you then? 4-2 win against the Isles. Shots end 35-30. Wow, that nasal spray really did wonders for me. Shout out to Best Choice 12-hour no-drip allergy sinus nasal mist. Big shout out to them. No sponsorship even. All right, 4-2 win, bringing our record now to a surprising. I didn't think we'd be this good. Huge Sens fan. Got it. Oh, that's really fun then. I love that. Hobbsy then. I'm sure you know Hobbsy from the streams. Even if you've never spoken to him, I'm sure you've heard his name a million times. 16-7-1 is our record through 24 games. Let's get through the 25th game. Game 25 here against the Predators coming up. And that'll be a 4-2 loss. So we're 16-8-1. Okay. I like it. 16-8-1. Where am I going? Okay. David Pasternak has 23 points in 25 games, 14 goals. Look at Steven Stamkos with 22 points in 25 games. Simulating it however he needs to simulate. Do we put him higher in the lineup? I almost would. Protas 21, good, but -8. That first line is a negative plus-minus. Yeah, Heidel just gets injured 24/7, I understand. By the way, we were just talking about the Olympic jersey giveaway. If you haven't already, I'll put it in the chat again. You have 4 more hours to join the giveaway. We're giving away an Olympic jersey in that video that I just linked in the chat. Don't forget to check it out. Lindholm 21, that's awesome. McAvoy 21. So very much by committee right now. Zaka with 19 points. Vikingstad 18. Mombert 14. Olivier with 10. Minton 10. Kesselring 9. Kraus just 7. Okay. 7 Lindholm, Brazeau 6, Iginla 5 points, -3, but 3 power play points. Okay, that's good. Playing 15-22 of ice time. I like it. Kolasar, Martin Fervery, a -10. 5-star defense, -10. All right, so I think a little tweaks can go a long way here. That first line and first D pair, something's not working. Let's see this. So -8, 0, -9. Why is Lindholm the 0? And then -10 and -1. That is weird. Let's try and reunite Lindholm and McAvoy. Fervery will play second pair with Mombert. And let's try a Protas-Voronkov swap. Protas has been doing well. They've both been doing well, but something's not clicking there with those plus-minuses. So just a little swap in the top 6 and in the top 4. Very small little tweak. All right, here we go against the Penguins now. Against Shilovs and the Penguins. Schmid gets the start for this one. First period, 1-0 Penguins. Rutger McGroarty scored on that early power play. Second period, 2-0 Penguins. Noah Cates, former Bruin. Shots are 24-18 for the Pens. There you go, Pavel Zacha. Always names eluding me, but we score there, and then power play goes nowhere. Thank you, Steven Stamkos, with yet another goal. Bradham, that's Sean Avery's created player. 3-2 Penguins now. Power play Bruins with 10 to go in the third. There it is from David Pasternak, his 15th goal of the season, right? Just as the power play expires, 5 to go in the third. 3-3 game. Next goal is going to be the winner with 90 seconds left, and we're off to overtime. Shots 34-31 for Boston. In the 3-on-3 frame, the Penguins win. Bradham scores his second. And we come away with the point, but sadly no victory. 16-8-2, now our record. All right, back to the calendar. Let's go see the game against the... Actually, not this one, let's go to the next one. We'll sim through hosting the Sabres and then on the road against the Lightning before we go on the road to, KeyBank Center against the Sabres. Hosting Buffalo, they beat us 3-1. Of course they do. They beat us, I think, is it 6 games in a row now they've beaten us, going back to the playoffs? We beat the Lightning 4-2 to get back in the win column after going 0-2-1 over a 3-game stretch. Now here we are against the 16-11-1 Sabres. Can we finally break the curse here? 3-1 after 20. Pastrnak, Zacha, and McAvoy, 2 power play goals. Thompson, 1 for them. Second period, 3-2. Peyton Krebs on the power play. We are up by 1, outshooting them 22-19. Power play, David Pastrnak keeps it going. My goodness, can he hit 50 this year? Benson scores to bring it back to 1 goal, and Wenberg ties it 4-4 game. Here with 11 minutes to go, power play, Buffalo killed off into the final 8 minutes with the game tied. Power play, Bruins 5-on-3 killed off. Huge kill by the Sabres with 2 minutes to go. Will we see overtime? Yes. Shots end tied at 33. Game tied at 4. 3-on-3 action, and the Sabres drop this to their former player, Michael Kesselring, who gets the OT winner. That's huge from him. Yes. A goal and an assist from Kesselring, 3 assists from Vikingstad, 2 goals from Pastrnak, and the Bruins win 5-4. All right, let's keep on going into the month of January. Let's go to New Year's Day. New Year's Day, a little winter classic. Bruins and Panthers in Sunrise, right? No, actually, we're hosting it, so it'll be at TD Garden. 6-4 loss against the Hurricanes. 7-1 loss. Too many losses here recently. Whoa. 4-1 win, but we had a really poor December, I have to say. Starting from the Predators game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we went 3, 5, and 1? 3, 5, and 1 over those 9 games. Yeah, 3, 5, and 1. Let's keep going to New Year's Day. One more game here on the road against the Devils. 3, 5, and 1, ending off the month. Oh yeah, 4-0 shutout to end the calendar year. 4, 5, and 1. 22, 6, and 3 is our record as we approach the halfway point. New Year's Day here against the Panthers. Let's check this one out. Onion rings being thrown onto the ice. First period, Bruins, Voronkov puts us up. Second period, 1-1, Brad Marchand. And then, hold on, Chanel Mombert scores 57 seconds into the second period. Power play Bruins shortly after that. Killed off by the Cats with shots being 28-22. Panthers fighting back, clawing back. Yes, let's end that year strong as we approach the halfway point. Still a lot of way to go. Power play Bruins killed off, still up by 1 with 5 minutes to go. Will it be another tight one here? 2 minutes left. And the Bruins will hang on as Forever adds an empty netter. Shots end 37-26, and we win 3-1 to kick off the 2029 calendar year. Schmid gets the win as well. Wonderful. So that's 35 games now. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Game 41 comes against the 12-18-4 San Jose Sharks. We'll see what the record is in a couple of weeks from now. 5-1 loss against the Blue Jackets, 4-2 win against the Red Wings. Very surprised by the Bruins this year. Yes, I like this record, even though it's been a poor little stretch. 5-3 loss, 5-1 loss, and one more game here, 6-3 loss. Now, something's got to change here. We're doing well, but let's not let this fall apart. Something's not working. Suvanto has 4 points in 32 games. Are you kidding me? It's all about the ice time, though. It's all about the ice time. Doesn't matter. Unless we put Rosé in here to help out Preston, maybe that would be better. All right. Something's not clicking here. Voronkov's a +2. 0, -12 Pastrnak. How? -19 Protas. What? -19. Almost everyone's a negative player, despite being such a good offensive team. Lindholm's a +4, down to an 82 overall now. -7, -14, 0, -1, -5. All right, Forever's going third pair. Kesselring's going top pair. So Kesselring, McAvoy, Lindholm, Mombert, Forever, Ginla. The left side's going to see some more swaps. And offense, Voronkov's been okay. Lindholm and I don't understand Pastrnak. Svento isn't on the power play. Yeah, we'll get him on the power play. 4-star defense from Lindholm. Voronkov, 3.5-star defense. We need Pavel Zacha up here, maybe? I don't know. Let's try Zacha on the first line. Zacha, Lindholm, Pastrnak. Protas, Vikingstad, Voronkov. We can't do much. These are our stars. Kyle Wood, top line. You're talking my language. Might need a Kyle Wood top line game. We might need one of those games. Yep. We're going to need a Kyle Wood first line game. Protas fourth line for one game. Kyle Wood first line, and that's going to reset everything. That will reset the universe. That is exactly what we need. Osgood, 903 save percentage. Schmid, not really any better. Yeah. Okay. And in the AHL, Suvanto can get second unit power play. This guy, Maximus, can come off. Suvanto. Based on nothing but plus minus alone, it seems like Pastrnak gets caught out there with Protas in the middle of line changes and they get scored on. I guess that could be it. Navani's up to 76 as well right now. That's good. 20 points in 30 games. All right. They're the changes we'll make. Let's see a Kyle Wood legacy game. Show me that Kyle Wood legacy game. Here we go. We were on pace for close to 50 wins. Now we'll be on pace for like 44 or 46. Here we go against the San Jose Sharks. First period, I just want to see that Kyle Wood goal. But Protas scores on the fourth line. Maybe that'll wake him up. Brodin scores twice. Not Jonas Brodin, but a different Jay Brodin. Second period, 5-2 now. Come on. Hamilton, Celebrini, Warder, welcome in. Sheriff. Hamilton power play. Celebrini shorthanded. Then Bugstad once more. Oh, man. Olivier gets one back for us. We're down by 3, outshooting the Sharks. A sub-500 team. Don't tell me we're going to lose another one here. We're on a horrible string of losses. 6-2 the final. Horrible string of losses. What a streak we were having. Now we've lost 4 in a row. 5 of our last 6. No. 22, 17, and 2. On pace to go 44, 34, and 4. Unacceptable. More changes will have to be made, maybe even drastic ones, lineup-wise before trade-wise. Pastrnak, 22 goals, on pace for 44. Sub-point per game. Lindholm on pace for 68 points. That would be great. McAvoy looking great. Protas on pace for 64 points, but is a negative 20. Stamkos on pace for 62. Let's get him higher in the lineup, I guess. That would be his highest since 2025-26. Embrace the tank. No, we can't. We can't. Vikingstad on pace for 60. Yes. Voronkov on pace for just 58. Do we trade Protas? I wonder. He's 88 overall. And he's on a great contract. Man. Zach on pace for 50. Olivier. And then Mambert, Kesselring, Minton, Lindholm. Krause has just 11 points, negative 5. Fourth liners have more points than him. For every negative 16 from Verhervary. Could he be a big problem right now? Is Martin Verhervary a problem? At the very least, we'll check the trade blocks. And Kyle Wood, 1 game, 1 shot, negative 1. Behemoth. Goaltending, Osgood. Neither goalie has been, well, Schmid hasn't been that good, but Osgood hasn't been horrible. 904 save percentage. There's got to be some sort of trade that could be made if necessary. Or do we just shake up the lines? We were doing so well at one point. All we've been bad from the start. Is there a world? Okay, let's get... good point. Let's make Forever fit chemistry, maybe. Okay, let's go back to looking like this. Hold on a second. So, Protas, you're going to go third line. Stamkos, you're going to go first line left wing. Stamkos, Lindholm, Pastrnak. Zaka, Vikingstad, no. Vikingstad... No. Who could play center here? Nobody, really. Protas is center eligible, but he's not really a centerman. But let's put him there. Krause, Protas, Olivier on that third line. Kolesar, Minton, Brazeau on the fourth. Brazeau, 7 points, negative 2. Olivier, 14 points. 68 penalty minutes hasn't been helping. Maybe it's the penalties that's killing us. 68 penalty minutes. More than he had all year in Vancouver. In 26-27. Maybe he needs to really be in a fourth line role. Let's try Krause, Protas, Brazeau. And yeah, let's make Verhervary fit chemistry. He doesn't fit anywhere. So let's put him back on the second pair. But let's make him fit. Kesselring, negative 1, negative 8, negative 16, plus 1, plus 3, plus 7. Okay, let's put Lindholm back here. Let's go back to how we had it. But let's make Verhervary fit the chemistry. McAvoy needs to fit the chemistry too. Come on, I haven't been looking at this. Because it was so hard for so long to talk to these guys. Vikingstad, hold on. Because he's second line now. Brazeau fit the third line. Okay, let's do some coach talking here. Let's make as many guys as we can fit the chemistry. Hello, GM Data. Season's just getting warmed up. Yeah, we're halfway into it, man. Scheme fit convincing, and he says, "Don't insult me." Okay. Next for Hervery. Is he listed as a top pair defenseman? Either way, let's just make him fit anywhere. No, convincing, but no, he won't talk to us. Why would he? Who else can we make fit? Vikingstad at the second line. Again, it says convincing. This time it works. All right. So Vikingstad will fit the second line. That's about it. Anyone else we can make fit? Brazeau to the third line, we said. Again, convincing. Okay. That's great. I'll put this here. Okay. So that's two out of what? 2 out of 4? 2 out of 5? Who else do we want to see if they could fit? So maybe Lindholm? Good evening, Gavin saying, good evening, y'all. What are the predictions for tomorrow? I'm saying 4-3 Canada and OT. You mean for Sunday, right? 4-3 Canada and OT, Suzuki winner. Whoo, I'd go crazy for that. I didn't realize you had chemistry active. Chemistry, there's no choice in NHL. Seer, sadly, there's no choice for chemistry being active or inactive. It is automatic. To all 18 people watching, if you haven't already, final 3.5 hours for our giveaway. We're giving away an Olympic jersey here on the channel. Link to that video in the chat right now. We're giving away, it's a free, go enter. Put a comment and enter. It is a free Olympic jersey giveaway in 3.5 hours that the contest will close. All right, so Zaka fits pretty well in the second line. Vikingstad, perfect fit. Vronkov, decent. Maybe we get to Vronkov to fit the second line then. Okay, Vronkov, second line. Kraus fit the third line. Let's do that. So Kraus, Vronkov, who else? Iginla and Kesselring? He won't as a top 4D, but Iginla could. Okay, so Iginla, Vronkov, Kraus, and that's it. Iginla and Vronkov after this. Iginla, Vronkov. Okay, good. Kraus says yes. Iginla, and then just Vronkov. There you go. Thank you. Let me check the special teams percentages as well after this. Actually, we see it on the side. Third best power play, 20th in the penalty kill. Okay. And Voronkov. Man, my nose is so clear. That was great. Scheme fit. Great, line 2. We'll catch up tomorrow, boys. Great to catch this live. Stay safe, everyone, and enjoy Sunday. Yes! Prediction, Canada 4, USA 2. Woo, okay. Thank you, Sean Anders Hockey. Appreciate you dropping in with the late night time zone as well. And thanks for getting to the first thing those kind words earlier as well. Great to be able to hear from you from the UK. So now we look at edit lines. Chemistry is probably the same, I guess, mostly, but Vronkov fits now, Vikingstad fits, Brazeau fits, Kraus fits. Hopefully that does something for us. And defense now a +2 as Iginla fits. And now good fits on the second and third pair as well. All right, okay. Those are good things. And the penalty kill could be a little bit better. So Lindholm, maybe you're taking penalties, Olivier. He's going to come off entirely. Olivier off the top unit penalty kill. Best offensive forwards. Lindholm, Zaka. Protas, I don't know if he's there. Maybe that's a chance for him to go. Lindholm, Protas there. Vikingstad, Kolasar. Stamkos, Minton. Kolasar, low defensive awareness. We need better skating, probably. Back to defense again. I don't think Zaka was on any of them. Shaka when the walls fell. All right. If you know, you know. Zaka, Vikingstad, Stamkos, Minton. Let's see if that improves the team in general. So before making any trades, We will check the blocks, but before we make any trades, let's do that. We fixed the scheme fit for a bunch of different players. We changed up the special teams. Let's see where that goes from those improvements alone. And just to keep in the back of our minds, what do we see on the trade blocks here? Schmid, his arms wide. Let's go to Skaters match on the block. Data and Boston at Tanagra. Okay. So no one in Anaheim. Buffalo, nothing much. Calgary, Mackenzie Weegar. Okay. Carolina has Sveshnikov still. How's he doing this year? 10 goals, 26 points in 39 games. On pace, again, a 50-point guy playing 16:34 of ice time. Letang, White Cloud, Grizzly in Chicago. Columbus, Detroit, Edmonton, Florida, Los Angeles, Minnesota, Montreal, Nashville, Marchessault. Timo Meier, interesting. Timo Meier on the block in New Jersey. 6'1" power forward. That could be something. Robbie Fabry, Ryan Pulock, Adam Pelech, D'Angelo, Boqvist, Nyquist, Bunting. Okay. Rangers, Senators have Shane Pinto on the block. He'd be open to coming here. How's he doing right now? 20 points in 41 games, playing 15.5 per night. Sanheim, Tippett, Graves. I mean, I could see a Sanheim Forever swap. We were talking about this last offseason. He is older, but still. Shabanov, Veleno, McCann, Marchment, and Stevenson, all on the block in Seattle. St. Louis. Seattle block's interesting for sure. Utah, Vancouver have Hronek, Marcus Pettersson, and company. Barbashev, Marino, Miller, and P.O. Joseph in Vegas. Washington, Marcus Johansson, and Winnipeg, Neil Pionk. Logan Stanley, he's a big bad Bruin. Logan Stanley, 6'7". Hasn't played at all this season, but we already have Crevier at 7th D. Where would he go, right? Jared McCann always interests me. 47 points in 41 games. He'd be our highest point scorer right off the bat. Mason Marchment, also interesting. I could see, I'm not going to do it right now, but I could see McCann and Marchment coming in and some sort of trade where Krause and... Would it be... No, it wouldn't be Zaka. Krause and someone... Maybe a trade where Verhervey moves out? Is there a defenseman who could come back our way? If they get Verhervey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these guys become excess. So they could definitely give up Riker Evans or Brandon Montour, but we don't really want those contracts. Riker Evans is interesting. Yeah, Riker Evans could be something. A trade then plus a pick, something along these lines. Or if we can't take both forwards, I could see something like this happening. But I don't know why they're sellers. They're 24, 14, and 3, and they're sellers. So I don't know. All right, let's get a slow sim going here after those changes here at the halfway point. 4-6-0 in our last 10. First period, 4-1 Bruins. Thank you very much. Zaka shorthanded goal. Lindholm, Pastrnak power play goal. Minton, Jamie Benn still playing, answers back. Second period, 6-2. Kesselring and Minton. Finally, game ends 6-2 the final. Shots tied at 28. Finally. On the road as well. Minton, Lindholm, Pastrnak, Protest, all with 2 points. -1 just from Stamkos. What? And the 3 stars in this one. Minton, Pastrnak, Lindholm. Lovely 6-2 victory. Next game here against Dallas. Let's do one more slow sim. They're 25-15-1, 9-1-0 in their last 10 games. Ottinger has a .927 save percentage. No, we got to keep Gavin Osgood in for this one, not Schmid. I'm sorry. Can't put Schmid in for that one. All right. Let's see it. Here we go. At American Airlines Center. American Airlines. Pfft, the stories I have for you about American Airlines after this a couple weekends ago. First period, 1-0 Dallas. Mikko Rantanen on the power play. Second period, 1-1. Chanel Mombert ties it. Shots are 25-22 in our favor. Power play Bruins to go up. Killed off by the Stars. 15 minutes ago with the game tied at 1. 2 strong teams here. Halfway through this third and final period. Shots now 37. Stamkos gets it. The go-ahead, but Thomas Harley ties it less than a minute later. Power play, Dallas killed off. 4 minutes ago. Tie game, shots 40-30 for Boston. Final minute, and we'll once again see overtime into 3-on-3 action, and the Bruins win it. It's Fraser Minton. Shots end 44-31. My air travel horror story is Iceland Air. Never again. Oh boy. Osgood first star. As bad as we have an experience we had with American Airlines, they refunded our whole trip that we went on a couple weekends ago, or 3 weekends ago, I think. They didn't mean to refund us the trip. They just gave us a certain amount, and that refunded the trip minus, I think, like $18. So as much as it was headache-wise, I think it was worth it. All right, actually, let's go back to the calendar. Okay, let's go see, I don't know, the Rangers. Yeah, sure. 3 more games. Hosting the Canadiens, 4-3 overtime loss. On the road against Columbus, 4-1 win. A full refund is wild. Yes, that's right. They didn't mean to give us a full refund. They didn't know how much we spent, I suppose, because it wasn't, they refunded. They gave, okay, long story short, my wife flew to the States, and then I joined a few days later, and then we flew back together. So the ticket that had the issues was my wife going to the States on her own. So they ended up giving an amount that was like 5 times or 4 times the ticket, but they didn't know that that actually paid for our entire trip of my also individual ticket and our tickets home together later that week. So yeah, we got a ton back for big issues, but I think that's like certain laws in Canada that support that. Anyways, back-to-back wins. We're 4-0-1 in our last 5 games. Great little stretch here. Let's go see this game at MSG. Yeah, EU regulations. I think it was some Canadian regulations. Because it happened in Canada, certain things were different. First period, 1-0 Rangers, Adam Fox. Second period, 2-0 Rangers, Carson Soucy. Shots are tight, but we're down 2-0. Power play Rangers, killed off. We still have some life in us here, but we keep taking penalties. We kill them off, but we can't stay shorthanded this whole time. Lindholm and Vikingstad were the ones taking another penalty. Who is it now? Olivier holding. Who else but Mathieu Olivier, right? All right, and we get shut out 3-0 as Cooley adds 1 more. Wonderful. Goal and 2 assists. And that's a 3-0 loss. All right, let's continue on into January. Let's go through the All-Star break, and we'll check back in mid-February as we get closer to the trade deadline. Preston, strained ankle, no problem. Sprained ankle. Everyone wants Keegan Kolesar, huh? 4-3 overtime loss, again to the Canadiens a week later. 3-2 overtime loss. Hey, all these overtime losses. 5-2 win against Vegas, good. Sharks, then Penguins. 2-0 shutout victory, and 5-4 overtime win. Very good. Very good. Steve's has 12 points in 8 games when he's been playing. Maybe he should be in the lineup. How's his team looking here? Rosane's been great. Suvanto has just 10 points. Bardakov. Sure. Steve's can come in for Bardakov. All right. Steven Stamkos loving life on that top line. 29, 18, and 5 is our record. Going through the All-Star break now. Kesselring and a 5th for 2 seconds. No, thank you. They want Brazeau. No, not going to happen. Here we go now. Hosting the Maple Leafs, who are 28, 22, and 4. Looking at our division, the Panthers are way ahead. But the Canadiens, the Lightning, the Sabres, the Maple Leafs, even the Senators, all right behind us. Red Wings aren't too far back either, but that's 5 points dividing 2nd to 7th place. We're not locked in just yet. First time comment, long time video watcher. Go Bees, go Bees. Heaven is toasty. Thank you so very much for your viewership and for checking in to say hello. Great to hear you in the stream. And let's get a win for Heaven is Toasty right here. Let's do it, boys. First period, 1-0 Maple Leafs, William Nylander. Second period, 3-1. Vikingstad ties it, then Nyes gets 2 goals. 1 even strength, 1 power play. We're out shooting 28-24, but down by 2. Power play, Toronto killed off. Down 2, down 3 as Nicolas Roy Makes it 4-1 Leafs. Power play Bruins. Hold on. Vikingstad brings us within 2. Still enough time to go. Within 2 with 8 minutes left. But then we give up another power play to the Maple Leafs. How are we going to win when this keeps happening? All right. This one ends 4-2 the final. As we lose again in the slow sim. Yeah, teams really want to give us second round picks. 2 goals from Vikingstad. That's great. All right. Slow sim hasn't really been our friend. Let's go see the Seattle game. A little pre-scouting. We're not going to trade to Seattle if they're a 30-win team. They're as good as we are. We're giving them good value back. Not giving them picks and prospects. We got to win those division games. There's one right there. 6-2 win against the Sabres. 5-2 loss, though, against the Lightning. 5-0 shutout victory against the Avalanche. Yeah, forget going to trade. We're not going to trade with the Kraken. Let's go see the Hurricanes. That's a Metro game. Let's go see, Maple Leafs again. Why not? All right. In Seattle, Climate Pledge Arena, the Kraken beat us 5-4. Kesselring, upper body injury. What if we gave Seattle Olivier since he's hurting us more than helping us for Ryan Winterton? Just one trade on its own? Nah, unless Winterton's an 80-plus overall. Olivier's a fourth liner. And you know what? He hasn't taken as many. He's taken only 4 penalty minutes since the halfway point. And he has 10 points now. So you know what? I'd actually prefer to keep Mathieu Olivier, now that I see that. Iginla's up to an 81 overall. That's awesome. But forever he's down to an 87. Louis Crevier will join the third pair. 6'8" Louis Crevier. Osgood House Life. 9. Both are above 3 goals against average. How are the plus minuses doing? -1, +5, -7, +3, -1, -9, -11, -26? -26 Protas. Yeah, let's trade Protas and have him go score 1,000,000 points somewhere else. 41 points in 58 games. What is that a pace of? Let me see this here. That is a 58-point pace. Yeah. Protas, time for you to go. Now the question, what are we looking for? A top 6 center? A top 6 center probably, because then Lindholm will be transitioning out soon. A center wing would be great, like a Stamkos, who has 43 points right now. Okay, petition to ship Protas and whatever else we need to give for Owen Power. Just, it wouldn't make sense. Buffalo's, they're coming off of a Stanley Cup. They're not going to trade their best defenseman, sadly. Ryan McDonough on waivers. Does this make sense with Seattle? That might be a deal that makes sense. 4-3 loss, then a 2-1 win. Let's pause here. 32, 22, and 5 is our record. Maybe it makes sense with Seattle now if we move for Hervery and Protas. Very. Let's go see him here. What's his plus minus? He is -17. What is happening? How is everyone not that even close to being as bad defensively? Okay, let's look around the trade blocks here. If we're offering Protas, that's a lot of trade value, and for Hervery, that's a lot of trade value. What could we get back? Both with no trade clauses. That's great. All right, with no trade clauses, I should say. We're never trading with Washington again. No, we're not. Matty Beniers or Kent Johnson? I like that. Okay, let's see who's out there on the block first. On the block. We know there's Mackenzie Weegar, but let's think about the forwards on the block. Forwards on the block. Actually, no, we're trading for Hervery. We would need a defenseman. Svechnikov, he's woken up a bit here. 50 points in 57 games. He's had a big resurgence in the last little bit. But the Hurricanes, they're a winning team. He is on an expiring contract, though, still. All right. Avalanche, Blue Jackets, Red Wings, no. Edmonton, Florida, Los Angeles, Alex Killorn. Montreal, Nashville, Hague, Evangelista, no. Devils, Schwartz, Islanders, Emil Heineman. He hits like a Bruin. 95 body checking Emil Heineman. -10 on a bad Islanders team. But I wonder if Emil Heineman might be interesting. Emil Heineman and one of these defensemen. Let's say Adam Pelech. Is he? Hervery has an even plus minus since we last checked. And then a first-round pick since you're a bad team. I wouldn't be too worried about a winning team for moving Protest and/or for Hervery. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Heineman, Pelech, and a first, that would be a lottery pick? Or would it just not make sense for the Islanders to do that? True. Sellers don't want those guys anyways. That's true. Okay, what else do we got here? Senators have Pinto. Yeah, we saw that. Shane Pinto, 85 though. Not going to grow much more than that, if at all. Travis Sanheim still interests me. 20 points plus 17. 5-star defense. So did Hervery though. 32 and signed on for 2 more years after this one. They don't want for Hervery. They're conservative buyers, but for some reason they want to trade Sanheim. For Hervery, for Sanheim straight up might get done. Do we want to trade him though? Even plus minus since we last checked. That's good. We killed ourselves to acquire him. Or do we just want to move Protas instead? Something around Svesh for Protas makes sense, I think. Maybe. Maybe we just keep it to the forwards then. Then defense, we wait until the trade deadline itself. But Protas has to leave now. Not in as much of a rush to move for Hervery. Jared McCann is still a guy that I want a lot. A center wing guy, it's exactly what I just said. But he's not really center. 69 faceoffs. Conservative buyers now. Ah. Beniers and Evans and Johnson Mateo. Well, looking in Seattle here. Matty Beniers is an 89 overall. First line center on a winning team doesn't make sense. But if McCann is on the block, I'll look at McCann. But to go and just say, give me Matty Beniers, I don't think it makes sense. They're a first line center on a winning team. I mean, they do have Shane Wright. Maddox Schultz is growing. They have Jiggles Taylor. Matty Beniers, huh? Can we make it work? I wonder. Did they want for Hervery? They did. So if we give them Protas and for Hervery, and you give me Riker Evans, we said. Evans and Beniers. Is this a deal that we'd want to do? Protas and for Hervery for Beniers and Evans. We'd be taking on a lot of cap. Well, moving out 9.3 and taking on like 14 almost. Not that crazy. Yeah, they have a lot of centers. Do we send this? Do we add a pick? What do we think here, ladies and gentlemen? What do we think about this? Protas and for Hervery for Beniers and Evans. Green light from Yorkie. Because they have so many centers, it makes sense. How is Beniers simming? Very well. 61 points in 59 games. 77, 66. He's a plus 18. Very good on face-offs. He hits a lot. Seattle wouldn't do this because their guys are playing better right now. It's true, but they want for Hervery. And these guys are higher over. We have to also consider the EA factor of it all, where we're trading an 88 overall who's going to sim like Wayne Gretzky as soon as he leaves. And for Hervery's going to be a rock on defense on that great contract at his age and overall. But would they want more? Probably. How much more? That's the question. We do have the Islanders second, that's true. We have a couple seconds. What if we throw a second round pick into this? Who knows? This might still be rejected, but do we have the green light to send this offer? Protas for Hervery and a second. You gotta think of the EA factor. They're not gonna go to Seattle and be horrible. They're gonna go to Seattle and be great. Is there a rookie that we would send their way even? Mason Roy? No. Not much. No one's really interesting for them. Do we at least send the offer and see what they say? It's tough to try to factor in the EA of everything. Yeah, because they have no one on the left wing, really. Protest can play that left wing. They have Frondell growing. McCann, they want to move out. All right, we're going to send it. Beniers is from Massachusetts. That's true. We're going to send it. Protas, good contract, good overall. Fervary, good contract, good overall. And a second-round pick, what they want, for Beniers and Evans. Would they do it? I don't know. Rejected. Value's too far off. So how far would we be willing to go to try and make this happen? We have an extra third. A second and a third, let's try. Second and a third, which makes me feel better about this because Seattle's getting value. Value's still too far off. So does it take an extra second? Our second in 2030, 2 seconds. At a certain point, it's not worth it, but for 2 seconds isn't sufficient at all. So maybe it doesn't happen and we're killing ourselves, but it might not even work. If we need, could we take down from Evans? So we need just a touch. So basically, we could make it like a first, or make it 3 seconds, or we just do a deal where it's Protas for Beniers. But then that takes away really the desire for Seattle to want to do this because they want for Hervery. They don't want Protas. That would be really us forcing it. Islanders second instead. That's going to be a top 6 forward, though. That Islanders second, that early second, that's a top 6 forward. I don't know. Do we dare just trade another second-round pick in 2031? I think they valued this year's third more than next year's second. My thought was for Hervey for McCann and Protas for a D-man. Trade Protas for a first to then send to Seattle? True. Seattle wants picks. But if they're giving us Beniers, they need a roster player back. I want this to be the trade. So for Hervey for McCann, and then Protas for like Sanheim? Oh, that could. So do we want Beniers and Evans, but we're giving up 3 second-round picks plus? Or do we want to get Sanheim and McCann, and we can even take back some value? All right, this is where we're going to bring in a poll here in the chat. Let's put a poll in the chat. Which package? So it'll be Protas plus Hervery for which package? Beniers and Evans costs an extra. Costs extra 3 seconds. Cost, okay. Or do we want a package that gets us McCann, Sanheim plus? That took a long time to type out, sorry. All right, put your votes in the chat. Do we want a package? Do we want Beniers and Evans, but it'll cost us an extra 3 second-round picks? Or do we want to get back more value and we get Sanheim and McCann? It might go through if you give a second and 2/3 in this draft. Second and 2/3 in this draft? Okay, maybe. Before I click yes. Let's let the poll do its thing. Let me read the rest of our... Did I miss anything here? Yeah, for me from Protest for D-Man. Unless there's anybody else, let's quickly just look at the other trade blocks before we lock anything in here. Anything else out here on the trade blocks? Utah had Provorov. Vancouver. Vegas has Barbashev. Ivan Barbashev is a left winger. All right. So that's pretty much those 2 packages. Do we want McCann from Seattle and Sanheim from Philadelphia, but Philly will also give us picks, and Seattle will give us picks, and then we can do whatever we want with those picks? Or do we want to try and make Beniers and Evans go through? Beniers, Evans, and that's second and 2/3. All right, vote right now on 8 votes. 62% are saying Beniers and Evans. So let's try the package with the 3 picks from this draft. A second and 2/3 isn't sufficient at all. So if we take off 1/3, did we offer this already? With this second, 2 seconds and a third, just a bit low for us. I forget if I already offered with 3 seconds. I don't think I did. This would be the one. Last chance to get your votes in, AGMs. The majority says go for Beniers and Evans. All right. Let's send this and see what Seattle thinks. Trade accepted. Thank you, Seattle. And we'll call it a done deal. Huge trade for the Boston Bruins. Making a big splash with the Seattle Kraken to acquire Matty Beniers and Riker Evans. Wow, wow, wow. We definitely gave Seattle a lot of value, and we know that they'll be great with the Kraken, so I'm not worried. And we'll go ahead and make up some changes now. So Beniers will come in. He fits our first line. So Matty Beniers will probably be first line center right away. Lindholm, do we put him third line center, or do we find a spot for him in the top 6? Let's think about it. And on defense, Riker Evans will try to fix his fit. Yeah, it doesn't fit at all. So Riker Evans will play second pair for right now, and we'll try to, or even, I know, top pair. Top pair until, no, wait, who's injured? Until Kesselring comes back, yes. Okay, let's keep it like that for a second. So now, our draft pick situation is first, second, 2/3, fourth, fifth, 2/6. Next year, no second. Year after that, no second. But we still have a first, a second, and 2/3 in the 2029 draft. Wow. All right, huge splash for us. Let's see if we can talk to Matty Beniers. No, not Beniers. Riker Evans. Yeah, got to fix that chemistry right away. Scheme fit, yes. Let's say the second, he'll probably be more often... No, you know what? First. He'll be more often playing on the first. But it's the first still fits with the second pretty well. So do we keep Stamkos on the first line? Stamkos, Beniers, and Pastrnak? Matty Beniers, Massachusetts boy comes home. And he's going to be locked in for sure as a Boston Bruin. Voronkov, Vikingstad, Zacha, Kraus, Lindholm, Brazeau. Lindholm's been doing very well. Do we put him second line? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put Lindholm second line. We'll go Voronkov, Vikingstad, Lindholm. Third line can be Kraus, Zacha, Brazeau. Defense, Evans, now a +2, good. Fits perfectly on the first and second pair, very good. We can move him around as we like. Yeah, top power play, top penalty kill, everything for Matty Beniers. So Beniers will, because his, hold on, his face-offs are high as well, right? 84, actually Vikingstad is higher. So maybe Beniers goes to the point. And Momberg will quarterback the second unit maybe. Let's do that. Mombert will quarterback the second unit. And Stamkos can go to the first. Maybe we try that. Zacha goes there. Iginla, Mombert. Distributor becomes Mombert. Finisher, still Voronkov. Now it is Voronkov, I think, right? Because it wasn't before. Was it? I forget. And then first unit here. Pastrnak, Stamkos, but he was doing well as a finisher on the power play. They only have 4 power play goals. You know what? Let me swap this back. Voronkov will play first unit, and Stamkos will stay finisher over here. That's what we'll do. Yes, that's exactly what we'll do. I've had Evans be like an 87 overall, 40-point guy. Well, cross your fingers and let's hope. All right, so that's going to be top power play. 4-man power play. Beniers goes there. Good. Penalty kill. Beniers will be on his own units. So let's go Lindholm, Zacha. No, we'll go Beniers, Zacha on the first penalty kill. Then we'll go Lindholm, Minton on the second. And Vikingstad, Stamkos on the third. And why is Stamkos here now? Stamkos shouldn't be on the penalty kill. Voronkov, how's your defense? Not bad. Sure, give Voronkov the ice time. And you know what, I should probably swap him with Minton. No, that's not. And penalty kill. We'll keep the defense as it's been. The penalty kill hasn't been horrible, right? Extra lines. Beniers goes there. New first-line center in town. We've been trying so long, so many off-seasons to get this done. Just like Cheating Heels commented said, if the opportunity shows up, and it did. They have so many centermen in Seattle that it worked out. What are Evans' ratings? Give me a sec here. Even strength, defense. Riker Evans, 4-star defense, 4-star shooting, 4-star puck skills, 4-star everything, actually. 4-star everything. Great skating as well. Nice to see. And that's that. Wood, Brisson. So we can call up... Can we call up a 13th guy now? Because... No, because of the... Wait, who got traded out? Because Kesselring goes there. Okay, as soon as Kesselring is healthy, Crevi goes back. That's why. How's DiPietro and Costa doing? Yeah, they're doing great. They're way too good for the AHL. That's crazy. All right, there are our lines, ladies and gentlemen. Matty Beniers, welcome to Boston. Huge trade for us and the Kraken. I think it'll be mutually beneficial. I don't think we fleeced them here. I think that'll be a mutually beneficial deal. Just protest wasn't working out for us at all anymore. Time to move on. And they get a better defenseman overall-wise from in for Hervey as well. Don't think about it from their simulation. Think about it as they're going to go to a new team and the EA magic will be upon them. That's exactly what's going to happen. So at TD Garden for the first game of Matty Beniers' Boston Bruins career, a Bruin to the end of his career perhaps now from here on out. Beniers and Evans making their Bruin debuts. First period, 3-0 Bruins. It's Pastrnak, Lindholm, and McAvoy. 2 power play goals coming there, 3-0. Second period, 4-2. Glass and Boyum getting a power play goal, make it 3-2 before Chanel Mombert adds a shorthanded goal. Kept her on that top unit for a good reason. 4-2 Bruins, all right. 2-goal lead being outshot 33-24. Pavel Zacha makes it a 3-goal lead now. 5-2 Boston. 6-2 Boston as Zacha gets... And then Lindholm, the extra point is good. That's his second. Zacha has a couple. 7-2 the final. Outshot 41-32, and it doesn't matter. 2 goals and an assist from Zacha. 2 goals from Elias Lindholm. A goal and 2 assists from McAvoy. 39 saves from Gavin Osgood. Oh, yes. Yes, this is what we needed, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we needed. Okay, let's keep on going towards the deadline now. 3 more games. Hosting the Avalanche. Kesselring is healthy. Great news. This will be our first look at a fully healthy Bruins squad. Louis Crevier, 3 points, 3 games plus 1. Good. Kesselring comes back. And I think we'll keep him third pair with Iginla for now. Yeah. All right. Where's Riker Evans from? Hosting the Avalanche, 4-3 overtime loss. On the road against the against the Rangers, 3-2 loss. More 1-goal games. And the Hurricanes, 2-1 overtime loss. Fantastic. All right, here we go. In this 1 point behind the Maple Leafs and Lightning, 2 points behind the Canadiens. Wow, huge game here against the Toronto Maple Leafs at Scotiabank Arena. Huge 2 points on the line. First period, 0-0. Second period, 2-0 Pastrnak and Vikingstad. 2-0 Bruins into the final period, up 2-0. Yes, John Tavares makes it a 1-goal game. Come on, Gavin Osgood, stand tall. We need 1 or 2 more here. 10 minutes to go. Don't tell me it's going to be another 1-goal game. 7 minutes to go. All right, 1-goal game. We're either going to win or lose by 1 here.
Power play Maple Leafs, and there it is. Maccelli forces overtime, and we're going to lose by 1 in overtime. There you go. Who took that penalty to choke this game for us? Shootout, and we lose. Who took that penalty to choke it? Lawson Krause, high sticking. Wonderful. We get a point, but that's 1 point they get over us. Oh, boy. Too many close games here. All right. How are we looking here? Stamkos doing well. Matty Beniers as a Bruin, 4 points in 5 games. Great. Vronkov, Vikingstad, Lindholm. Still the negatives here. Negative 15, negative 8, negative 11. Oh, my goodness. Let's get Olivier back up, maybe. Let's swap the wings. Kolesar, Zaka, Olivier, Krause, Minton, Brazeau. Let's swap the bottom 6 wings. And Evans, 3 assists plus 1 in 5 games so far. Great. Odds good now to 2.98 goals against average. I'm not going to bother looking at the trade blocks. We made our big move. Let's move on from here. This is our team. And let's sim through the deadline. There we go. Keep current block. Continue simming. There you go. 3, 4, and 3. I wonder where King Turby is. Hope he's enjoying this series. Dylan DeMello on waivers. He's a Bruin, 6'1". No, but we have enough. We have enough. We already have Cudevier and guys in the AHL we can call. Let's see what other trades happened around the NHL now. Let's see what random crazy trades happened. All right. So we made our trade. The league trades before the... What? The AI knew to make trades before the trade deadline? Congratulations. Mathieu Joseph went to Nashville. Justin Barron went to Tampa Bay. We did our trade there. Evangelista to Utah. Provorov to Nashville. Letang to St. Louis. Ryan Paling and Jesperi Kakanyemi for... Hold on, wait, what was this? Zach Jones, a 5th, and 2 other pieces for a 1st and Michael Nyquist. Okay. Protas gets flipped to the Jets for 2 firsts. What? I hate this game. I hate this game so much. Seattle has 2 firsts, those 3 seconds, but we got Matty Beniers. I don't feel bad anymore at all. Protas gets flipped to Winnipeg. Mackenzie Weegar to Los Angeles. Broberg, Nathaniel Stone, Nimala, Dickinson, and Joshua for a 1st and other pieces. Ryan Pulock going to Montreal for a 1st plus. Pio Joseph, 2nd nickel. What a joke. Noah Cates going to Chicago. Oh, man. What a crazy game this is. So now, what do Seattle's lines even look like? Seattle, Taylor. So they move out. I have nothing to say. Forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Horrible decision from them. Horrible decision. Fervery's on their top pair. Yeah, but horrible decision. And Winnipeg now has Protas playing 2nd line center. Not even a centerman, but he's playing 2nd line center. Protas didn't even play a game. Didn't even play a game, and he scores 4 points in 2 games as a Winnipeg Jet. I'm gonna explode. Oh my. Fervery has 4 points plus. That's why I don't care. That's why I don't care. Oh, sorry. Did I skip? Did I not see that Protas played in Seattle? That's why I don't care. We didn't fleece. We got fleeced. We're the ones who got fleeced. Sorry, did I miss that totally? Yes, I did. 1 assist in 4 games. Gets flipped. 4 points in 2 games. So 5 points in 6 games since leaving Boston in total. Okay, let's continue on. Serenity now, serenity now, serenity now. We're going to live life with Matty Beniers and Riker Evans. We're going to make Seattle pay. First period, 1-0 Penguins. Second period, 3-1. Chanel Monbears gets 1s for us. And here comes... We have a little flash of fun, and then we lose the rest of our games. Let's try to get... Okay, let's try to get the coach's fits again. Now it's been a little while. Let's try and fix the coach scheme fits again. Don't tell me we're missing the playoffs with a team like this. All right. Stamkos, do we try to fit you on the first line? It's already a +5 for chemistry. It's not that deep. Perfect chemistry here, but only a +2. Pavel Zacha is a second-line player. We can't get him to fit. Olivier already fits pretty well. Keegan Colasar to fit the third line, maybe? Colasar, McAvoy, Kesselring. Colasar, McAvoy, Kesselring. Let's try. McAvoy, this time, yes, finally. It's taken years, but he'll finally fit the first pair. McAvoy, first pair. Kesselring, no, he doesn't fit. Can't go on the third pair. Colasar. We'll say third line, but he's a bottom 6 guy. Right now he's playing third line, so why not? And you know what? Let's go Stamkos first line. Why not? We're going to move him around if we have to, and if he wants to fit, then he fits. There you go. Line 1. Okay. The scheme fits are as good as they can get. Stamkos perfect. Beniers perfect. Pastrnak perfect. The entire top 6 have perfect fits. Colasar fits perfectly, but still no chemistry there. And then Minton. Do we ask Minton to fit the fourth line? We could. Defense, McAvoy finally fits the first pair. How have the special teams been here? Power play second, penalty kill 13th. Yeah, that's not bad. Just got to continue on. Just got to continue on here. All right. Let's go a couple of weeks. Actually, we want to see protesting the Jets. That's exactly what we want to see. In Winnipeg, protesting the Jets. Hosting the Lightning, 3-2 loss, right? Let me guess. 5-2 win. Okay, surprising. Surprising 5-2 win. The 45-18-4 Jets, who now have protests go point per game. Here we go. First period, 1-0. Samberg. Second period, 2-2. Pastrnak and Beniers both score on the power play. Evander Kane gets one back. We're tied at 2 in the third period. Power play, Winnipeg killed off with 15 to go now. Shots 24-23 Boston. Matty Beniers has one. Just got to hold protest down. It's all we got to do. With his 63 faceoffs or whatever. Come on, take advantage on the dot. Power play, Winnipeg killed off. Big kill there with 5 minutes to go. Thank you, Pavel Zacha, putting us ahead. And Fraser Minton makes it 4. Big win in the final 3 minutes of this one. 4-2 Bruins, the final. Zacha goal and an assist. 29 saves from Gavin Osgood. Huge victory against one of the best, if not the best team in the NHL. And Mombert injured groin. Evander Kane back in Winnipeg, yes. Kesselring will move up. And Crevier will come in. Actually, no, Kyle Wood will come in. Honestly, thought Protas would score. Pfft, you and me both. And on the power play, Kyle Wood power play, you already know it. Let's go see Kyle Wood playing in Ottawa. Mombert's back, was it the 25th that it said? Looking at the Atlantic Division, yeah, it's getting, the division spots are starting to slide away. But it's still tight with the Lightning and the Sabres. All right, here we go on the road against the Sens, who are 32, 28, and 7. Beating them would go a long way as well. First period, 2-0 Sens. Second period, 3-2, big comeback. Krause on the power play, Brazeau and Colasar. There's that big bad bottom 6. Krause, Brazeau, Colasar, and it's 3-2 Boston. Wow, that's rare. McAvoy makes it 4-2. Come on, Allison. Yes, keep an eye on him. Dice's created player. Power play, Bruins killed off by the Sens. Shots 36-27, 10 minutes to go, up by 2. Will that be enough from our big bad bottom 6 and our first pair D? Yes, who needs our top 6? We have the big bad bottom 6. Yes, trademark that. 4-2 Bruins, the final. Shots end 41-30, and we'll take it. Thank you very, very kindly. Let's go see. We got to keep going until Mombert comes back. We got to see Kyle Wood in this lineup. We got to see a Kyle Wood goal. Another division game here. Let's go. Let's bury these Senators. Sorry, Hobbsy. Sorry, Sean. Let's do it. First period 0-0, second period 0-0. Still shots 28-19. There's Charlie McAvoy 30 seconds into the third period. 2 goals in as many games since fixing his line scheme. Or is it in 3 games since fixing his line scheme? Anyways, thank you, Charlie McAvoy. 10 minutes through. Dmitry Voronkov makes it 2 now. And hopefully that's enough. Yes, it is. Shots end 42-33. The Bruins shut out the Sens 2-0. Osgood makes 33 saves. Allmark makes 40, but that's not enough. And we'll win another one now, 2-0. Great. All right, so since making those changes, we're what, 3-0, 4-0? Good. Let's keep on going. I don't know. Who else is we're fighting with? Canadians, Maple Leafs, all those teams. Okay, we'll go to the... Again, we'll go to the Maple Leafs, then we'll sim a week. We're getting close to the end of this one now. Mombert is back. Very good. I'll remind all 17 of you watching again, last call, 3 hours left to enter our giveaway for an Olympic jersey here in the channel. Just put the link in the chat right now. It's very quick and easy to join, and you'll get like a 1 in 50, 1 in 40, I don't know, chance at winning an Olympic jersey. Kyle Wood, how's he looking? 3 games, even plus minus. I'd expect nothing less. Mombert comes back, and she'll play power play, no problem. Chanel Mombert, McAvoy, 13 goals. Riker Evans, how is he doing as a Bruin? 8 points plus 4 in 10 games. Yes, Riker Evans. And how is Matty Beniers? Matty Beniers, 8 points plus 4 in 10 games. Good. Definitely more of the playmaking, but that's fine. With Pasternak and his 37 goals, that's fine. Stamkos, 23 goals, no problem. Voronkov could even play that first line, I bet. That would be good for the top 6. Keep that in mind. Good call on Riker Evans. Love it. Thank you to the AGMs. That was Yorkie who said him, right? Or was it in tandem with me seeing him on the screen? I don't know. First period, 3-1 Bruins as Matthews scores early, but then Vikingstad, Pasternak with his 38th on the power play, and Kolesar, who we asked to fit the lines now. Great, 3-1. Second period, 5-1. Mombert scores twice in her return from injury. 5-1 Bruins, 6-2 the final call at night. Another power play goal from Charlie McAvoy, who's been scoring like crazy since changing his scheme fit. Finally, all right, put yourself in Beniers' shoes. You joined Boston and center Stammer and Pasta. Yeah, you're going to pass a lot. Yeah, that makes total sense. All right, let's keep on going. Let's go to the Panthers, who are 45, 18, and 7. Let's sim through the next 4 games with 12 games left in the season. Olivier, upper body injury. Do we have a forward? I forget. Do we have a forward who's scratched? Yes, Brisson. That brings Brisson back into the lineup. And Brazeau will move up. No problem there. Hosting the Flyers. 2-0 shutout victory. Looking for win number 40 on the road against the Capitals. 3-1 win, yes. Then here against Dallas, 5-4 loss. Fourth line, Kyle Wood. We should have. Brisson's been good, though, so I'm glad we gave him a look. 2-1 win there against the Senators. Brisson deserved to play a few games. And 1 assist plus 2. Very good. Olivier can come back. Here we go against the Panthers. We are second in the division right now with 90 points. I don't think we'll catch the Panthers, but still important to win against division rivals, and the Canadians are coming up as well. Here we go. First period, 0-0. Second period, 2-1 Bruins. Tkachuk opens it up, but then Matty Beniers, just probably his second goal as a Bruin, and Fraser Minton puts us ahead. Third period action now. Power play Boston, killed off by the Panthers. 15 minutes ago, 5 minutes into the third period, with a 1-goal lead, being outshot 30-23, but we're still hanging on to our lead. 7 minutes left with just 1 goal, thanks to the fourth line, Fraser Minton. Will that be enough? Gavin Osgood stands on his head again and makes 34 saves as we beat the Bruins 2-1. Oh, goodness, yes. These wins have been great, but the goaltending has been so good. All right, let's skip the Red Wings, and we'll go see the Canadians in Montreal. Last few games of the season now, as we fight to not just make the postseason, but have that division spot. 5-3 loss against the Red Wings. We had a good little streak going there, or at least out of our last 10 and all that. All right, contre les Canadiens de Montréal maintenant, chez le Centre Bell. La Centre Bell, le Centre Bell, la Centre Bell, le Centre Bell. Le centre, yeah. Lawson Krause opens it up contre Montembeau. First shot of the night, 2-2. Colasar gets one, and then Logan Allison and Cole Caulfield score for the Habs. Second period, 5-2. Suzuki, Doc, and then Doc another 2 from Doc. Down by 3 here in the third, 5-2 Canadians. No, we're not missing Jeremy Swayman. Where did we trade Jeremy Swayman again? I don't even remember. We are not missing Jeremy Swayman. Power play Canadians. All right, call it a night. 5-2 the final, as we don't win an important game there. That would have been a good one to win. I don't want to face the Maple Leafs in round 1. May have spoken too soon. Hold on. We'll go see the Maple Leafs now. Maybe preparing ourselves for a postseason matchup against them. On the road against the Rangers. 6-0 shutout victory. Was it the Oilers? Okay, we'll check at the end of the season stats. I definitely want to see how Swayman did. Yes, that's true. It was the Oilers. Big game here against the Maple Leafs. First period, 1-1. Iginla, rare goal from the rookie, and Roy on the power play. Koltaspakov scores, and then Machelli. 4-1, call it a night. 4-2 Minton against his old team that drafted him. 3 losses in a row there. Sorry, no, 3 of our last 4. No, yes. We've lost 3 of our last 4. This could determine home ice for game 1, yes. As the Leafs now have a 4-game cushion, that'll likely be it. That's likely going to be what decides the home ice for game 1. As we've clinched the postseason, that's great. Fantastic news. Marco Sturm is happy. Yes, we made the postseason. We've clinched. That means we missed in year 1. No, we made it in year 1, missed in year 2, but now I've made it in years 3 and 4. So we make it to the postseason in back-to-back years for the first time in the GM data era. 3-1 win, good. We're still within the home ice range, and maybe the Canadians might beat us as well. So if we fall to a wild card spot, we will face the Panthers or the Flyers. We'd probably face the Flyers. I kind of want to lose. Would I rather face the Maple Leafs or the Flyers? I mean, both are good teams. Let's just let fate decide. We'll go see the game against the Hurricanes to end the season. Hosting the Lightning, 4-3 win. That puts us to 98 points. The Canadians have it too. So you know what? There's still a chance that we don't finish in a divisional spot. Here we go. Last game of the season on the road against the Hurricanes. We were on pace to win, 44 games? We've won 45. Can we hit 46? First period, 1-1, Stamkos and Sveshnikov. Second period, 2-1. There's Viking stat on Bussy. Shots are 27-11 in favor of Boston. Close to triple, but we're only up by 1. 2-1 game here with 5 minutes into the period. Jackson Blake ties it. I was going to say Jason Blake, legend. Jackson Blake ties it at 2. 8 minutes to go. Shots are 31-18 Boston. Power play Bruins. Extended Bruins power play. Killed off. Will we see overtime? If we do, we'll hop in. No, Steven Stamkos puts us ahead. We will hop in with the lead, though. Steven Stamkos puts us up. There's David Pastrnak. Steven Stamkos puts us up. Will that be enough to be the game winner in game 82? I wonder if it's going to be the last game of his career. I'm sorry, the last season of his career, Stamkos. I think he still has more in the tank, but he signed here in Boston to do big things like that, and he's been a huge piece of our puzzle. Minute 29 to go. Let's see how this plays out here in Carolina. In comes Jarvis. Can't get through Evans. Stamkos with an A on his chest. Stamkos skating in. No one wants to touch him. Thank you very much. Finds Pastrnak for the one-timer. Bit of an off-balance shot, but still gets the offensive zone face-off. Shots 38-19 now. Grudge match, yes. All right, Matty Beniers on the dot. Is he number 12 in Seattle? I forget. Beniers on the dot. Loses that one. Keandre Miller. Board pinned by Beniers. Let's go. Fight. Yes. Aho fishes it out, though. Ehlers to Jarvis. Into Boston territory, but can't enter the territory. Oh, no. What? Power play. 2 for cross-checking against who? Riker Evans gets 2 for cross-checking. Come on. Oh, yes, he's number 10. Is someone number 10, or is that retired here in Boston? 2 for cross-checking, just as the goalie was getting pulled, and Stamkos was about to have a run at the net there. All right, let's see if we can close it out here. It doesn't really matter. I mean, well, it doesn't matter. It matters, but we'll see how the universe will make this, how it will decide this. Blake with a redirection in front. That's stopped by Osgood. Lindholm to Minton. I don't know why they didn't pull their goalie for a 6-on-4, but all right. Minton behind the net. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Pinching in his Mombert on a penalty. Bad decision. Stankoven to Sveshnikov. Now the goalie's getting pulled. 6-on-4 coming up. Sveshnikov skating in. Ghost! Big pad save from Osgood. Behind the net. Sveshnikov a chance again. Backhand glove save. Osgood. Defense doing nothing, but Osgood making big saves. McAvoy clears that out. Duclair neutral zone. Stankoven comes back into Boston territory with 24 seconds left. Clark! Who is that? Was that Clark or... I didn't see who that was. No, it's Carrier. Carrier. Oh, a weird shot. Where's Osgood going? Stankoven scores! Logan Stankoven, power play goal. I would care if we didn't clinch, and I don't care about the universe deciding what happened. If we just let it sim, we probably would have won. But let's let it be. Okay, I'm not watching all this, that's for sure. All right, big goal there for Stankoven, the 25th of the season for him. They have like 5 20-plus goal scores, is that true? 15.2 seconds to go. What is this music? And the Hurricanes have tied this game. We'll have overtime coming up, most likely. Aho, Ehlers on net. Little pad save there from Osgood. Zaka to Olivier. Get it out, please. To Iginla, and that's that. All right, we are off to overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get 1 point. Will we get 2? And how will that affect the playoff matchups? Shots end 38-25. But we're off to overtime. Ehlers, Aho, and who is that? Ghost, maybe? For them. McAvoy, Pasternak, and Beniers for us. No, it's King. Oh, Joe King, of course. Mighty Joe's traded player. Ehlers on net. That gets redirected to the corner. Here's Beniers. Over to McAvoy. 3-on-3 action. McAvoy. Can you get AI 3-on-3? Doesn't get worse than this. Ehlers finds space. Up to Aho. Commander Riker Evans gets to scrub the holodeck for a month. Commander Riker Evans. I think, did we have him in our Starfleet series ever? We must have, right? Maybe we didn't. Trying to hold up Ehlers in his zone. King gets it out now. Aho, almost had a chance away from Pasternak. Aho. Pasternak's fighting with him. Aho skates in. Cuts in, I should say, but can't get it by Osgood. Beniers coming in now. Line change. Matty Beniers. Dekes nobody, keeps possession, loses possession. I don't think we had Riker Evans. I think we wanted to, we just never did. Thomas Riker Evans or William Riker Evans in front. Aho, all alone. And I keep saying Osgood. Schmid is in here, and Schmid makes the save, not Osgood. My apologies. Defensive zone draw now. Vikingstad, who didn't have Evans? Gotcha. Too bad. All right, good pickup here from Voronkov. Skate, you slow ox. Come on. Voronkov, big rig. Still, oh my goodness. What a shot. He can't believe it. At least there's an animation of a player being shocked, not just skating away. Brandon Bussey, what a save with the glove. Wow. Voronkov is robbed. Oh my goodness. What a save. If he was a lefty, that probably would have gone in. Lindholm on the dot for this one with Stamkos. He has quick draw that I want him out there, and he loses to Stankoven, who's not even a centerman. Perbix up to Jarvis. Dekes nobody. Gets through though. Stankoven scored. The exact same goal from the exact same spot from the exact same player. Shots end 39-29, and we lose in overtime. Use your glove. Why are you trying to use your shoulder, Akira Schmid? Why are you trying to use your shoulder? Use your glove, man! Use your glove! What? Oh, goodness. I hate this game. Alright, so how does that affect the universe? Let's see. Let's see. So we do finish in a wildcard spot, and we will not face the Maple Leafs. We will face the Flyers. How will that affect reality and the different permutations of the universe? I guess we'll find out. Wow, that is crazy. I think I'd prefer that, actually. And we're going to be facing the Philadelphia Flyers. Still a tough matchup, but either way it's going to be tough. Okay, so we end 4th in the division. The Lightning with 44 wins missed the playoffs. Wow. The Jets end at the top with 56 wins. The Oilers, of course, let me guess. Swayman's going to win the Vezina, right? We finished 7th in the NHL. If we won, we would have had home ice against Montreal. But instead, we lost in overtime, and we're away against the Flyers, who finished below us in the NHL. 3.23. Yeah, 143 points for Beniers. Whoa! There's the game saying that. 141 games and 143 points. Wow. Let's see. So goals for. We finish 8, 9, 10. 10th in the NHL in goals for, 3.23. 2.93 goals against. 8, 9, 10th in the NHL. So 10th in goals for and 10th in goals against. Power play of 24.4% was second best in the NHL. And a penalty kill of 85.7 was tied for, what, 7th in the NHL? Nice. All right, so this, analytically, we had a pretty strong season. We were great on the road as well. That's going to be good for the playoffs. We're 25, 14, and 2. 5, 4, and 1 in our last 10. I wonder. In the end, David Pastrnak, he was on pace for like 80-something or whatever. He ends with 90. Yes, Matty Beniers was a big help for him. 43 goals and 90 points from David Pastrnak, who scores more points than last year, but less goals, 5 less goals. All right, 33 power play points, though. Pastrnak was a machine. Matty Beniers ends point per game. As a Bruin, he scores 21 points in 23 games as a plus 14. Very good. Shooting percentage went way down, but still getting top minutes as a Bruin. Charlie McAvoy, 15 goals and 67 points. Wow. 67 points. He's been a 70-point guy in the past, but I'm still happy to see point totals like that consistently. Elias Lindholm had his ice time reduced towards the end of the year, but still a 64-point season, the highest he's had since 22-23 with Calgary. Wow, he's gotten better and better. Elias Lindholm, machine. Steven Stamkos turns back the clock and scores 28 goals and 63 points. His highest point total since 2025-26 with the Predators. Best plus minus since 2021-22. Wow. Eric Vikingstad scores 60 points in his third season as a Bruin. Best season of his career by far. Yes. From Turby's created player. Riker Evans, 59 points as a Bruin, 14 points and a plus 4. Way better than Fervery, that's for sure. Voronkov's first year as a Bruin, 22 goals, 55 points. Yes, I will gladly take that. Pavel Zacha, 44 points, -9. Okay. Chanel Mombert, 39 points, plus 10. Hampus Lindholm, 32 points, plus 15. Fraser Minton, 31 points and a plus 5, playing 10.5 minutes per night. I would love to get him on the third line if we could. Kesselring, 29 points and a plus 9 in 79 games. Mathieu Olivier, 23 points, plus 7. With the most penalty minutes, I think, on the team as well, 101. Lawson Krause, 22 points, -9. That's a big disappointment from Lawson Krause. We thought he was going to be at least a 15, 20 goal scorer. He scores his lowest goal total since playing 51 games with Arizona in 2020-21. Caden Craig Iginla scores 16 points and is a -6 in his rookie season, playing 16 minutes per night. Okay. Brazeau, 13 points, -7. Kolasar, 12 points, plus 5. That's nice. Brisson, 1 assist in 3 games. Let me check that. Okay. Crevier, plus 1 in 3 games. Wood, even plus minus in 3 games. Kyle Wood, love you. Gavin Osgood goes 42, 24, and 7, appearing in 74 out of 82 games. What? So Schmid getting pulled too often. 6 shutouts from Gavin Osgood, 21 years old. 917 save percentage, 2.77 goals against average, and Schmid goes 3-5 and 2. 888 save percentage, 3.45 goals against, making $4 million. I don't know if he's going to stay next season with those kinds of numbers. Now the fun part. Let's see the rest of the league and the crazy numbers. Connor McDavid scores 110 points to win the Art Ross. Most goals is Randy Ho with 62, one of the 32 created players in this franchise mode series. Created by you, the viewers. 94 points from Morgan Riley. Yeah, EA loves Morgan Riley. Adam Fox, 92, blah, blah, blah. Goalies, Jeremy Swayman, there he is. But you know what? He wasn't that good. It's because the Oilers are just a wagon with McDavid and Draisaitl and everybody. His numbers weren't that great, but he still wins 44 games. Of course he does. 2.8 goals against average, the best numbers he's had of the entire simulation. And a 911 save percentage. Yep, that makes sense. Give him the Vezina. Hopefully Jake Ottinger gets the Vezina, though. Crazy numbers from him. Yeah, should be. Gavin Osgood. You know what? Gavin Osgood, I don't think he will because of the goals against average and save percentage going to Ottinger. But one less win, one more shutout. Definitely a Vezina finalist, I would think, is Gavin Osgood. Rookie skaters. Ryan Rubrick had 49 points. Okay. Rookie goalies out here. Nicholas Coco. All right, now let's see the moment we've been waiting for. Winnipeg. Let's see Protas. Protas in the end finishes as an even plus minus. 16 points in 19 games with an even plus minus playing 17:57 of ice time. Of course, he couldn't do that in Boston, though. Of course not. Then over in Washington, we've made trades in the past. What was that trade with Washington? Is anyone here that we traded to Washington? I don't think so. Maybe Lozon. Seattle. Let's see the Kraken. So McCann ends with 72 points. Was Protas? No, he got traded. He went to the Kraken and then got flipped. Fervery. Let's see. He had 7 points and was a +4 in 23 games. Yep, better than he did with us. And that's it there. Anyone else who we've traded in recent years? Did we trade anyone else to Edmonton? Anyone else who we've traded in recent years? I don't think so. Oh, in the AHL. AHL, how do we do? Roseyan, 83 points. Wow. Surdeep. Lakovic, 62. He could be in the NHL for next season. Yeah, Lakovic should be in the NHL next season. Alex Texier, of course. Preston, Novotny. Where was, what's his name? Suvanto. Suvanto played 15-40. 1 power play point playing on that second power play unit. Okay. And the goaltenders were ridiculous, right? Yeah, crazy numbers from Kosa and DiPietro. Maybe Kosa could be our NHL backup and Schmid just moves out then. I think that's a good, probably the best solution. I would think that's probably the best solution. Okay. And finally, I forgot one more thing. The Philadelphia Flyers, who are their top scorers moving into this postseason matchup. The Flyers have Michkov, who scored 91 points this year. Burakovsky, Konechny, Drysdale, Zegras, who's this? Neil Nolan. Emil Andre, Forster, Mikheyev, Couturier, Sanheim. Creative player stats review? Yes, sir, absolutely. Vera Storm, yes, my wife's created player. Lieutenant Tesora's created player, Vera Storm, went 27, 23, and 5 with 6 shutouts of her own. Wow. Crazy numbers from her, and we'll face her in round 1. All right. Yes, we'll get, as soon as we wrap up this, let's just take a quick little peek at the Flyers lines, and we'll advance the data to be able to see them. Advancing another day. Season is over, and we are indeed playing against the Flyers. Not Wells Fargo Center. It's the Xfinity Mobile Arena. Oh, my apologies. So goals for, we were 10th. They were 13th. Goals against, they were 6th. We were 10th. Power play, we were 2nd. They were 23rd. Pound and kill, they were 4th. We were 8th. Okay, interesting bouncing off of each other there. Okay. View lines. In-house rivalries. Yes, if only we had data soon in the lineup. Looking at Philadelphia's lines here quickly, the Flyers have Burakovsky, Nolan, Michkov, Konechny, Zegras, Mikheyev, Pelletier, Herkowian, and Forster. Fourth line, Brink, Couturier, and Barkey. Defense, Sanheim, Drysdale, Graves, Andre, York, and Bean. And goaltending, there you go, Cam York fan, Storm and Vladar. Scratches, Owen Tippett is a scratch? What? Didn't play all season. Getting paid $6.2 million. Samson and Christian Kyrou, also scratches there for the Flyers. All right, last couple things here. View draft class, maybe. How's the draft class looking? Reikian, is that what it is? Reikian? Braden McAllister in the draft. Cool, a lot of Canadians there. View contracts if you want to think about extensions into next episode as you leave your thoughts. Yes, all expiring. So Stamkos, if we wanted to keep him, how much would he cost? 1 year, like $4 million. I wonder if we keep Stamkos, especially if we have a deep run. No, he really wants 2 years. Let's wait and see. Lakovic gets his contract. Crevier will keep. Blah blah blah. Any unsigned guys who are growing? Not so much. And goalies. Yeah, I would think we keep Kosa and trade Schmid. He wants... I mean, I'll give you 4... No. I think you've seen goalies get like 3 years, $1 million. Right? You've seen guys like in that range. 3 years, $1 million on Sebastian Kosa. We could cheese it and go to 4, 5, 6. But I think 3 is pretty consistent with what you see sometimes from goalies in the NHL, like Bussy or whoever else. I could see 3 years at $1 million. 3 years, $3 million. You'll be an NHL guy. Accepted right away. Thank you. And we'll see if you actually stick. Who else is expiring? We said, yeah, Lakovic. Sign Lakovic now. Could we do 3? Yeah, 3 years to stay as an RFA? Sure. 3 years at $950. Can we go max? Yeah, 3 years, $1 million, 2-way. And he's going to discuss it with his family. All right, cool. We'll wait on that. Next episode. Okay. Hockey Reference says it's Ritzkovian. Really? Not Hertzkovian? Ritzkovian. Thank you. Ritzkovian. Wouldn't have gotten that. And finally, we can look at an update on our created players. So let's see the sorting by overall. Data Sung, 91 overall. Scored just 44 points. Oh, that's 280. 44 points in Vegas. Love that. Ernie Clement on Long Island scores 54 points in his 4th season. 91 overall as well. Rent Free in Nashville scores 73 points. The 6'9" centerman scores 43 goals. Okay, 88 overall. Nicholas Gaunt in Detroit scores 52 points. Logan Allison in Montreal, 88 overall, scores 55 points, 34 goals. Timothy Kaiser, 88 overall in Calgary, scores 51 points, down from last year. James Hunsaker, 88 overall in Washington, scores 43 points. Randy Ho in Edmonton, 89 overall, scores 93 points, getting better and better. He's always been super good. Randy Ho, I think it's like the 3rd series that he's been created in, and he's always a machine. Brandon Allison in Ottawa, 88 overall, scores 59 points. Lucas Boehm in Dallas, 85 overall, scores 33 points. Not Doggy in Florida, 86 overall, scores 34 points. Joe King in Carolina as a defenseman scores 48 points. Eric Vikingstad in Boston scores 60 points, up to an 86 overall. Jiggles Taylor, 85 overall in Seattle, scores 44 points. Jolly St. Ticklis, that's a Tic Tac's created player. Randy is the only one becoming a superstar points-wise. True. 59 points, not bad for Allison. Yeah. We'll see who starts to pull away. Randy Ho definitely is. Jolly St. Ticklis, 84 overall, 38 points from the offensive defenseman in Utah. David Young, 86 overall in New York, scores 63 points. 43 goals from David Young. Got to give it to him there. Hanu Asplund, 85 overall in Vancouver, 47 points. Dylan Benson, Vasi's created player, 83 overall in Los Angeles, 32 points, 184 penalty minutes. Yeah, loves to fight. Artie Koltaspakov, Cagney's created player in Toronto, 37 points from the 84 overall, playing 19 per night, really. Caleb Bradham in Pittsburgh, 84 overall, scores 53 points. Minnie Vanilli in Tampa Bay, 82 overall, scores just 9 points in 27 games, negative 12. I bet he was a healthy scratch. That's too bad. Minnie Vanilli, the pride of Hungary. There he is. Kevin Park, 86 overall in Colorado, 34 points. Declan McPickle, 83 overall in Anaheim, 31 points. Zach Bell, always hockey Zach Bell, 83 overall in Columbus. Just 1 point in 16 games, getting buried by the Blue Jackets with his 99 everything puck skills. Ah, what a disgusting decision by the Blue Jackets. Duke Dawes in Minnesota, 83 overall, 24 points, plus 15 from the defenseman. And that's it. I think we're missing a couple players who don't fit, but that should be about everybody. And then, of course, the goaltenders, we saw Vera Storm. We know Gavin Osgood. There's also Guy Supre, I think, in St. Louis. Let's see. Guy Supre in St. Louis, yes. 85 overall, 19, 36, and 7. Whoa. I want to see, are there a lot of creative players who are fighting? I wonder about that as we get ready to wrap up this episode. Actually, are we fighting? Let's see this. Are we fighting enough as the big bad Bruins? 13 fights from 5'6" Chanel Mombert, 13 from Olivier, 3 from Vikingstad, and 1 from Zaka, Brazeau, Kolosar, and the rookie Caleb Aginla. Craig Aginla! In the entire NHL, 36 fights from Rent Free, who I didn't even notice this, 246 penalty minutes? What? In 302 games, he has 124 goals and 888 penalty minutes. I love it. Jackeye, 30 fights. Benson, 23 fights. Who else is created? Mombert. Dawes had 10 fights. Bradham, 7 fights. The Allison brothers had 5 fights each. Wonder if they fought each other. All right. Whew. There you go. Another season in the book, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be live again next week, February 27th, Friday evening. Actually, yes, Thursday we can't, no, Friday we will. So we'll be live Friday. Last call for anyone to join the giveaway for an Olympic jersey. Link in the chat right now. The contest closes at midnight Eastern, 11:59 p.m. Eastern tonight. Last chance to win an Olympic jersey. We'll go live very quickly tomorrow. I don't know, what do you think? Should we do a live stream or should it be just a post? A live stream or a post? I don't know. It would be fun to see if the person's in stream. Yeah, I will do a live stream. We'll live stream it tomorrow as we decide and raffle off who wins the Olympic jersey. So make sure, last chance to join in, and the raffle will be tomorrow, sometime tomorrow evening. So make sure you're subscribed with your bell turned on, notifications turned on, so that you know when we go live. I don't know exactly when for tomorrow night, but we'll go live for the contest winners. All right, so thanks for being here, everybody. Leave any and all of your thoughts down here in the comments, in the YouTube comments, or over in the Discord server, link in the description. As we continue our way in Boston, another second round exit last year. Let's try and get further because we've made it to the postseason for a third time. So year 1, second round exit. Year 2, we miss. Year 3, second round exit. Now year 4, we're back and we want to make some noise. So looking forward to the postseason next week, next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Have yourselves a great rest of your evening and a fantastic weekend ahead. Enjoy the bronze and gold medal games for hockey, and we'll talk soon. Good night, everybody.